Life is full of challenges. One moment, everything seems fine, and the next, something unexpected happens. An unkind word, a setback at work, or a sudden, overwhelming wave of anxiety. We all have moments when our emotions threaten to take control, pulling us into frustration, anger, or despair. The weight of life struggles can sometimes feel unbearable, and our instinct is to react, to lash out, to blame, to give in to the swirling emotions that threaten to overpower us. But what if there was another way? What if there was a way to rise above these reactions, a way to stay grounded and peaceful no matter what life throws at you? C.S. Lewis, one of the most profound thinkers of the 20th century, believed that this kind of peace is possible. His life and writings offer us a crucial lesson in resilience, calm, and inner strength. Lewis, known to many for his fantastical tales in the Chronicles of Narnia, also ventured deep into matters of the human soul, exploring the concepts of suffering, joy, faith, and inner peace. In his vast body of work, he encourages us to adopt a mindset that transcends immediate frustrations, a mindset that can grant us lasting tranquility even amidst the storm. C.S. Lewis teaches us an important lesson. Act as if nothing bothers you, and in time, you will find true peace. Before we dive into the steps for achieving this mindset, let's take a moment to reflect on who C.S. Lewis was. Though he is best known for his works of fiction, his true genius lay in his ability to weave complex ideas about human nature, faith, and suffering into a narrative that resonated with so many. Lewis wasn't merely an author of fantasy tales. He was a philosopher, theologian, and thinker who grappled with deep questions about the human experience. His insights into love, loss, and life's purpose offer us timeless wisdom. Throughout his life, Lewis experienced personal challenges that many can relate to. The loss of his mother at an early age, the trauma of World War I, and the eventual death of his beloved wife, Joy Gresham, were formative experiences that deeply shaped his worldview. Yet, despite these challenges, Lewis found a remarkable sense of peace, a peace he attributed to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of faith. A central theme in Lewis's work was resilience. He believed that true freedom comes not from avoiding pain or hardship, but from mastering our reactions to life's difficulties. Lewis made it clear that peace doesn't come from controlling external circumstances. It comes from developing an inner steadiness that remains unshaken, regardless of the chaos around us. It's not about pretending that everything is fine or ignoring pain. It's about learning to respond with calm, even in the face of adversity. The storms of life will come, whether we expect them or not. C.S. Lewis understood this well. His work is a reminder that while we cannot control the winds, we can control how we navigate them. Just as a sailor must learn to master the waves, we too must learn to navigate the tumultuous emotions and challenges that life throws our way. This powerful quote by Lewis speaks to the heart of his philosophy. So often, we tie our happiness to things beyond our control: material possessions, people's opinions, the status of our relationships, or temporary situations. We allow our emotions to be swayed by things that are fleeting and uncertain. Lewis teaches us that true peace comes not from clinging to these external factors, but from focusing on what is deeper and eternal: values, love, faith, and our sense of self. Happiness, as Lewis suggests, should not depend on things we may lose. The key to lasting peace is learning to detach from the temporary and attach ourselves to something that cannot be taken away. But why is it so easy to get bothered? Why do we so often find ourselves consumed by fleeting irritations or fears? The truth is, our minds are wired to react to perceived threats. Evolutionarily speaking, our fight-or-flight response was crucial for survival. When we face a challenge or threat, whether it's an argument with a colleague, a comment on social media, or a sudden disappointment, our bodies and minds are primed to react quickly. Anger, frustration, and anxiety are all automatic responses that help us deal with immediate threats. But they don't have to define us. They don't have to control us. The problem arises when we allow these automatic reactions to become habitual. Instead of responding thoughtfully, we react emotionally. Instead of pausing, reflecting, and then acting with intention, we often fall victim to knee-jerk reactions that only escalate the situations. Imagine, for example, that a friend tells you something hurtful. Your first instinct might be anger, sadness, or frustration. These feelings are completely natural, but they don't have to be your first or only response. If you pause for a moment, close your eyes, and take a deep breath, you can choose to act as if the comment doesn't bother you. In that moment of choice, you regain control. You become the master of your emotions rather than their servant. What's truly remarkable is that over time, your mind begins to follow your actions. The peace you acted out becomes real. It's like a seed of calmness, planted through your behavior, that grows deeper the more you nurture it. One of C.S. Lewis's most transformative ideas is the principle of acting as if. This simple but powerful notion suggests that our behavior shapes our beliefs. In his own words, Lewis wrote, "When you are behaving as if you love someone, you will presently come to love them." It's a principle that applies not only to love, but to peace, confidence, and resilience as well. The idea is simple. By acting calm, strong, and unbothered in the face of adversity, you train your mind to feel those same qualities more naturally. At first, it might feel forced, like a performance. But with practice, just like any skill, it becomes second nature. Over time, you'll find that you no longer need to act as if nothing bothers you. It will simply become the way you respond to life's challenges. You train your mind to respond with grace and poise, rather than reacting with anger or frustration. The more you practice, the more this new way of being becomes ingrained in who you are. Think of it as emotional training. Just as an athlete practices day after day to develop their physical abilities, we too can train our minds to respond to life's trials with inner strength and peace. For C.S. Lewis, faith was the foundation of his peace. His belief in something greater than himself, something transcendent, was the anchor that kept him grounded amidst the storms of life. Lewis wrote extensively about faith and how surrendering control to something higher than our own limited understanding can free us from the burden of constant worry and fear. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or resigning ourselves to fate. It means trusting that there is a greater purpose unfolding, even when we cannot see it in the moment. Trusting that, in the grand scheme of things, the difficulties we face will lead to something better, something beyond our immediate understanding. When we let go of the need to control every situation and outcome, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry. Faith, whether religious, philosophical, or deeply personal, becomes a powerful anchor in moments of uncertainty. It reminds us that we are more than our emotions, more than our circumstances, and more than the challenges we face. We are part of something larger, something enduring, and that understanding can give us a deep sense of peace. To truly embody the teachings of C.S. Lewis and cultivate a mindset of inner peace, it's essential to practice detachment daily. This begins with small, intentional actions. Begin each day by setting your intention. As you wake up, remind yourself, "Today, nothing will disturb my peace." This affirmation, simple as it may seem, can be a powerful tool in rewiring your mind. It plants the seed of resilience and calmness in your thoughts, helping you approach each moment with intention rather than reacting impulsively. Another valuable practice is gratitude. Each morning, take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for. Write them down in a journal. When we focus on the blessings in our lives, we shift our attention away from what's going wrong to what's going right. Gratitude shifts our perspective, helping us see the beauty even in the midst of difficulty. Throughout the day, When frustrations arise, whether in traffic, at work, or in conversation, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself, I am choosing peace over reaction. By choosing to pause and reflect, you create a space for mindfulness. In that space, you have the power to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. It's not about ignoring your emotions. It's about choosing how to respond to them. Mastering this mindset is not about perfection. It's about progress. There will be moments when frustration, anger, or sadness take over, and that's okay. It's part of being human. But each time you make the choice to act with peace, to pause and respond with grace, you strengthen your ability to remain unshaken. Imagine, for a moment, a life where nothing truly bothers you. You walk through life with a sense of calmness that nothing can disturb. You face challenges with courage and poise. You navigate criticism with humility. You experience joy in the little moments, even in the midst of trials. This life is not only possible, it is within your reach. C.S. Lewis showed us that peace doesn't come from controlling the world around us. It comes from mastering our response to it. Act as if nothing bothers you, and in time, you'll find that nothing truly can. The teachings of C.S. Lewis offer us a transformative pathway to peace, resilience, and emotional mastery. His insight into human nature reminds us that while we cannot control the external forces that shape our lives, we can control how we respond to them. Lewis's principle of acting as if nothing bothers you serves as a powerful tool for managing our emotions. It's not about denying the reality of pain or discomfort, but about choosing a response that preserves our inner peace and prevents us from being consumed by negative emotions. By consciously choosing calm over reaction, we gradually train our minds to maintain a sense of steadiness regardless of life's inevitable challenges. This practice of emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or apathetic. Instead, it involves developing a greater sense of control over how we engage with the world around us. Lewis's wisdom teaches us that the more we practice this response, the more it becomes a natural part of who we are. Incorporating faith, gratitude, and mindfulness into our daily lives can further strengthen our ability to remain unshaken. Faith, whether spiritual or philosophical, provides an anchor that helps us navigate the uncertainties of life. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, fostering a sense of peace even in difficult circumstances. Mindfulness, through practices like deep breathing or pausing before reacting, empowers us to take control of our emotions and respond with thoughtfulness instead of impulsivity. Ultimately, living as if nothing bothers us is a choice to embrace peace in the midst of turmoil. It's about reclaiming control over our responses, cultivating resilience, and finding joy in the simplicity of life's moments. As C.S. Lewis demonstrates through his life and work, the path to lasting inner peace is within our reach, one intentional step at a time.